Why do you feel us as black men, we get silent?
You get silent when people ain't listening. If you're not listening, a man is not going to keep talking.
Yeah.
If you're not listening to what he's saying, he'll stop talking. And then eventually he can go to someone that will listen.
Yeah.
That's just period. Because again, we are rational people.
Yeah.
If you are not listening to this man talk, you're overlooking everything he say, just feel like you just can go by what you think, what you want all the time and never consider them. I mean, anyway, that's just someone that's selfish. You need to be by yourself anyway.
Right.
You're not taking anything in consideration. And that man is going to separate himself for you and go to someone who values his opinions.
Because the man, he don't feel seen or heard.
Yeah.
Seen or heard.
I think that's the same thing for women too. She don't feel like she's seen or heard. She gonna go somewhere where someone see her and someone hear her.
Yeah. Welcome to the Black Man Speaks podcast. Today is a great day.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
The topic I want to talk about today is small town big dreams. Small town big dreams.
Yes, sir.
So kind of tell me what you think about that, and then we're gonna go into some other stuff. What you thinking on your mind on that?
I mean, when it comes to small town big dreams, I'm from a small town. I always had big dreams. I'm from Berkeley County, very country, small rural area. And, just coming from somewhere like that, I feel like it's like when you're from a low place, it seems like that catapult. It's like a catapult. You know what I'm saying? It's like pulling you back, and it's just your dreams. You set on something, and then when you finally let go and leave that area, you shoot off to try to find that dream or try to bring that dream to reality.
Right.
And I think when you come from a small town, it's just like that slingshot just pulled so further back, and your potential is so high from coming from somewhere low.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I know I went in a little hot, and he just kind of explained what the topic is, but I just want to introduce my guest. This is Matt Devaunn. He's a husband, father, entrepreneur. He's the host of the Highest Point podcast. He's a brother to me, man. He's been helping me out. He's been doing some things, and I really, really thankful for him being here, man. It's been an awesome journey since I've came to Greensboro. It's been good. He's been helping me out along the way. So, first thing I want to ask you about, first thing I do when I first start is I want to check in with you. How you doing today, and where are you at on 1 to 10? And how you feeling? Like where you at and why?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, first, it's an honor to be here. I appreciate you inviting me on. And where I'm at now, man, I'm probably at like a 6.
Okay.
Just I work a lot. My job is very stressful. Got people to report to me, so you got to deal with their issues, their personal issues, everything else, and also juggle your own at the same time.
Right.
So that's about where I'm at right now.
Okay. So, what do you feel like? Everything that's going on. What you feel like you want to do better, move forward in 2024? Like what you feel that you can do better, be better, so you can continue to keep growing and changing and evolving.
I mean, what I feel like I want to do better is my core, and my core is my family, my wife, my kids. I got a son, got a daughter. I want to be able to be there for them more. Because, as you're chasing a career, a dream, coming from a small town, that takes a lot of work. And that means you're going to have to sacrifice time with being with your family. So I want to be able to make sure my core is strong because, they're my foundation. So I still want to make sure my foundation stays strong. Also, at the same time, is what I'm trying to pursue my dreams and my career as well. So that's something that I want to focus on, be better, be a better husband, be a better, parent.
Right. And we always know that's a fine balance in that. And this is the reason why I started this Black Man podcast, is because Black men, we can kind of express ourselves during, not even saying struggle, but going through our different ups and downs of life, and we can really express ourselves. So it can be a safe space for us to just talk, vent, and just conversate and have these conversations because we go through a lot. We really do.
Yeah.
And it's just having a place where we can just express ourselves and going through these things throughout the world and society norms, but I want to make it different. I just want to do something totally different. So I do have a couple of questions I want to ask you. So you can be vulnerable as you want to, however you want to be, just be comfortable, just a safe space. So one of my questions I want to ask is, as a black man in a small town, what was your experience as a black man?
Well, in a small town, I didn't yet become a man when I was growing up because I left my small town that I grew up in when I was like 17, almost 18, going to college.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? But my experience there as a teenager, as a growing into a young adult, we didn't have a lot of financial means, but I was fortunate enough to have a mother and father in our home, with my brothers and sisters, and but along with that, we still had a lot of struggles too. Like because in this small town, we still had a lot of gangs.
Yeah,
we had influence with gangs. Even myself had influence with gangs. Seeing a lot of my family involved, a lot of them going to jail, prison. Also. And a lot of times in small towns, it's a lot of drugs as well. So drugs was always around, and I saw an impact on family members and friends.
Yeah.
So those are all the type of things that was around me, growing up, and I had to learn how to not be peer pressured by all those things.
I want to say this. I'm from a small town too, so I already know. So, how did you navigate through it though? Like, how did you navigate as the black man? Because the small towns, it's either black, it's either white. You know what I'm saying? So, how did you really navigate through it though?
I mean, one day at a time, man.
Yeah.
And it was always something different. We can't really see what's coming until we're in it. So, one way I did navigate was through friends. Fortunately, I tried to be around friends who had some aspirations as well. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the company you keep can either be your downfall or they can be how you can upgrade yourself and push forward.
Right.
So I have always chose a good set of friends. Most of my friends that I had in high school are still my friends to this day. And literally, like when I moved to Greensboro, we all really came to here together.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So my same real crew that I had in high school, we are still together here in Greensboro. Like one of my homies in Charlotte, and we just stay connected. I don't really have any friends outside of my homies that we grew up with.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy how that happened.
Cause that's definitely different. Cause knowing once you move away, everybody either after high school, everybody go to the military.
Yeah.
Then it was military. It was either college. You really only had 2 or 3 choices to go, or get out and work.
Yeah.
It was 3. That's the only thing you had. So so the option is get out. So what? So after high school, what made you really move though? What made you really what really made you want to move?
I mean, the main thing I want to move is, shout out to my mom, my pops, and a big inspiration was my sister. She's in the Air Force. She's the oldest of all my siblings. So when I see the oldest, I'm the youngest of all the siblings. So I'm watching her, and she left to go to the Air Force, and she's doing she's still in the Air Force to this day, 20 plus years later. And when we'll go, she'll always get her younger brothers when she's stationed in Texas, San Antonio, when she's stationed in California, she would always fly us out. So when she flying us out, we seeing all these different things other than what's in the small town. So although our core was in the small town, we always saw glimpses of what the world had to offer. So that influenced me to want to be able to leave up out of there.
So that means that you as a black man, you got the exposure.
Yeah.
So you got a little bit of peak of the exposure because when you're in a small town, I notice you have the same mindset, you had the same thing. Then once you get a little exposure of something, it's like, okay, I can do that. I see that. And my next question is, who is the man in front of me now?
I mean, this man here is still every day evolving. I always, I don't mind looking in the mirror, understanding that I have flaws, I have imperfections, I want to do better. And also, I look in the mirror, I just realize, yo, I'm that guy too. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not perfect, but also I always tell myself, let myself know, you that guy. A lot of people are not doing what you're doing, so try not to get discouraged. Because also I can be my worst critic. I can come down a lot on myself, so it's up to me to bring myself up too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So when I feel myself getting too far down, the man today I learned to also, okay, big yourself up and accept the good things that you're doing as well. Although many others may not see it, they may not accept it or just try to ignore what you're doing. I got to realize, okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing it for me, trying to help others. If some in my area don't get it or want to try to ignore it, so be it. Still be true to you. You know what I'm saying? Just keep pushing forward, doing what you feel God put you here for.
You hit, boy. You hitting some stuff, boy. I'm telling you. Ooh. Oh man, this is deep. This is what this podcast is about.
Yeah,
I'm getting to know this man on a deeper level, and we have to have these conversations. We have to go there sometimes because you don't know the person across the table. You don't know if you went through the same thing. He from a small town, If we never met and had this conversation, we couldn't do this. We couldn't be brothers. We have to make this a norm.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I got this pot. This is the reason why I'm telling you. Well, y'all got me hyped over here.
For sure.
But I just want to, my next question is, when was you as a black man, you felt safe and why?
When did I feel safe? Good question. I'm trying to pinpoint a time that I just felt like I was safe. And it's kind of hard to say when a man feels safe.
Yeah.
We are programmed to always protect others.
Yes.
We always have the mindset of, I don't really feel safe because I'm always trying to be on point.
Yeah.
I'm always looking around trying to make sure what I need to do to make sure my family feels safe. And even when I was a single man, I still always thought about other people all the time, man. It's like when I was in high school, I always try to protect. You know what I'm saying? When it came to my circle, like I was known for trying to just protect my people. I even went against teachers against one of my one of my homies. You know what I'm saying? And he tells me he appreciate that stuff to this day.
Yeah.
So and I've seen times where friends have reciprocated those type of things. So when I feel safe, I never really felt completely safe, but I have felt safer. I feel safer at home when things are at peace with the family. When I'm just my wife bringing me a meal at the kitchen table, some things like that happening. She just stepping forward to really try to help comfort me. So in those moments, I feel safer.
I do have a question. I just thought about it. Do you think us as black men, or you as a black man, do you feel like we would ever feel safe, or will it always be that I don't know, or will I ever get there, or are we supposed to feel like that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a good question. I don't know if men can really feel completely safe. Of course, when you have certain type of financial security, that'll help. I'm not at the level of financial security yet where I feel completely safe, because I still got bills to pay. I still got medical expenses for my family, my kids. I still handle those. All of them are being taken care of, but I want to get to a point where there's absolutely no debt. I think when you get to a point of freedom like that, that's a way you can feel safe. That's something I'm striving for. It's a big goal of mine to have completely no debt. So once I get there, no debt, when I, have complete confidence from my wife to my kids and me, when they seeing those type of things, I think that's when a man can feel the safest.
So what I'm hearing you say is, feeling safe to you is the family union, that value of the family union, that base. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, for sure. And making sure my ammunition always on point.
You got to go get that.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. I stay strapped. So don't come around here.
Hey, go get that conceal. Go get that. You got to. I mean, hey, that's what's going on today. I
Yeah,
mean, it's real though. It's real though. So this is right now. This is a part of the segment I want to ask you to. We're taking a pause. So right now, how do you feel the 1 to 10 right now?
Well, yeah, I'm still at a 6, about a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still good. It's still good because I remember somebody asked me on a scale of 1 to 10 one time. It was like, how you feel the way you feel? I said, I feel like an 8.
Mm-hmm.
They said, why? And they in the group, they were saying, well, I want to feel like a 10. I want to feel like 11. I was just like, yo, I'm going to tell you this right now. I understand I want to get to 11, 10, but I'm happy with my 8. I'm going to tell you why, because I remember when I was at a 1, 2, 0, I didn't want to get out of bed. I'm depressed. I'm having anxiety, suicide, all this stuff.
Yeah.
As a black man or as a man in general, it's like, yo, I'm up today.
Right.
I'm up today. I'm halfway across the mark.
Right.
And now I'm in my purpose and my happy place and the things I've been working on and growing and changing. So I'm like, I'm happy with my. If I be the 8 for the rest of my time on this earth or 2024, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we got to appreciate the things, our blessings.
Yes.
A lot of times we so much magnify what you don't have.
Yeah.
You know, what went wrong. Mm-hmm. We just hone in on that or only look at the negative comments. We just got to really be thankful for what we have.
Yeah.
So, you know, although I'm at a 6, I'm very happy it's a 6 because how I look at it, I'm very literal, man. Like, you know, 5 is right there in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm a little above 5 or not below 5. Okay, that's starting to get into the negative a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for that. So I'm always counting my blessing, thanking God, because without God, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
My faith pushing forward. So, yeah, I just try to focus on the good things too.
Yeah, and that I'll say that gratitude is big.
Yeah.
Once you get a hold of that's good. That's good.
It's hard though. I mean, a lot of times I be like,
Yeah.
God, why? All the time, like, God, why is always some bull job happening? Why something always trying to stop my greatness? It's always happening. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's real. That is so real. And what is something or a hidden talent that people don't know about you?
Some people don't know hidden talent. Well, I'm in the podcast space now. I used to do music a lot, so I'm very good with my words, my creativity. Kids love me.
That's definitely a gift.
Yeah.
That's definitely a gift.
Yeah. Like a lot of times, I don't really know many kids that just don't like me off bat because they usually sense good vibes.
Yeah.
But you know, talent wise, I think just my music. A lot of people don't really know about my music in the corporate space that I work in. They have no idea. Absolutely no idea.
That's dope. That's good to know. I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, like I said, have these conversations, black man and black man. It's good. We talking over here.
Yeah.
We talking over here. Y'all better go subscribe. We talking over here. All right. Where do you feel the future is going? Like, where do you feel the future is going or trying to go with our black men? Where do you see us going? What do you feel that look like, or what do you feel we need?
Future going like far as like society?
Yeah,
like,
society, like more of society, or like, because you know we have these narratives with the men of what they're doing, what they're not doing. Like what do you see now? Like, or what would you like to see?
I don't know. I think society-wise, I think they're trying to make men be a bunch of simps, be a bunch of chumps, and women be in control and I think that's the real reason why they're doing a lot of things. They're trying to divide and conquer and get, you know, women to be in control, and they know that a lot of times women most of the time have control of the kids mindset. So that's why you can see when there's a lot of single women raising children or even when it comes to men, they grow up a certain type of way. They are growing up saying a lot of these things like I don't really think like more so the alpha men, they grew up with a mother and father. Like I be feeling like a lot of times the ones that grow up, without that father guidance, or it don't even have to be a father or some type of male figure that they can look up to. They tend to pander to like the women's side. I always say the woman is right. The woman should go off what the woman say all the time. And they just, I'm like, yo. And also like, even like in these shows and things that we watch, for some reason, they always try to make it seem like the man is, when it comes to intellect, he's not that bright. Always make it seem like the woman has the smarts in the house. But in reality, it's really not like that. But it's something that they're trying to get to, because I feel like society feels like if the woman is the head and controls everything, it's more so easier to control, because they're not going to be more so thinking about the logical side as much. Not logical, but the rational side as much. It's going to be emotional. And I think that's, unfortunate. It's ways we can combat that. Like these shows like this, talking about it, because women are awesome. Women are great. Everyone has their own qualities, but I don't think how they are trying to spin things these days, man. I just think it's going down a spiral that's not right. It's trying to get the man to be not the head or the leader in so many type of ways. They making sure, because at one point we was talking about, finances, like a man was like the breadwinner or whatever. But now, with jobs, a lot of women are making way more. They are saying also, when they're making this amount, they're saying, okay, this man needs to make, the same amount or even more. But, when it comes to the economics that we in, a lot of times men are not being given those same opportunities. It's kind of have flipped. Instead of being even, it's kind of flipped against men when it comes to jobs these days. It's kind of interesting if people just zoom out and look at how things are moving.
Like look at the picture from the frame. You got to step yourself outside the box, because you got to look at what they're doing or what they're trying to do, because now they don't even want us to collab anymore or come together or be together, because I feel like if we come together as partners, it's going to work better. We can grow better and do better.
For sure.
But they want to, you can't keep it separate. That's not going to work.
Right. And when people get power, man, it's a hard thing to let go. So, ladies are more so saying this is our time now. They feel like men had their time. But it's not. Don't look at it that way. It's not a combative thing. We've been trying to push for equality, not to switch the power spectrum. We should be trying to get to a point where the power is evenly distributed. But once you get power, you feel like you got upper hand. It's just like how women can say anything like these days, and you accuse of something, people gonna automatically believe what they say. That's power. So that's why you're seeing a lot of cases where they're doing it even more often, because they love that power, and they'll throw that power in your face and even try to hold it over your head in certain ways. How men used to hold money over women's heads. They're now using this power that they have over our heads. Now, if I say you did this, everyone is going to believe me. But men used to be like, when they were the breadwinner, look, I'm taking care of you, so you do what I say. So what I'm out here with Susan, Karen on the other side, I got all this money and I'm taking care of this family, so just deal with it. But that power has changed in a different type of way.
It's like the women trying to get back.
Instead of looking at the big picture, now things are switching. Let's try to make sure that we are working together instead of combative.
And I just remember, like, I wouldn't say being, I get the simp part, but I think for me, as I grow, evolve, and change, I just learned. And like I said, this is the reason why I love this podcast, because this conversation we got to have, because whether it's not saying that we don't love the women, it's just the men, like I said, black man speaks. It's time for us to speak now. It's time for us to have a voice now. Time for us to speak our truth and not feel judged about it. And it's not to pick sides where it's a war or anything like that, because I don't like the gender war. I want the women to see that men can speak in a healthy way and
Sure.
come up a certain way that y'all can see like, okay, that's a healthy man. That's a good man. And it is good men out here that's speaking truth, but also I can follow him. He's a leader, and see this, man, like actually see it, because it's different between like the women, if their father haven't been in the home, it's hard to see that. And then it's like, oh, you need to go pick a man. That's hard if you ain't never seen it in the home. That's hard to see.
I mean, yeah.
And that's same thing for a man with, a father not being there too, but also if, the mother not doing her things, a man can go off the rail too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then you got, if your father not there, then also, I don't know what's worse, having an absent father or having a toxic mother.
Ooh.
I mean, because a toxic mother can ruin you.
Ooh,
and you can be so manipulated in life.
Yes.
And then you don't know where to go. It happens so much. And a lot of these men grew up, they fatherless and grew up with a manipulative, toxic mother.
Yes.
And it just makes a monster.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And women too. Like, I know women that hate their mothers because they feel like their mothers was always in competition with them.
Yeah.
It's so, it can go so deep.
Yeah, it can.
Everyone, it's like humans need to grow.
Yeah.
It's not about a sex war like you were saying.
Yeah.
It's like us as humans just need to grow and just work together. Just look at each other as humans, man. Forget the sex.
Really, man. Yeah, just look at humans. I like that. That's dope. That's a bar. I want to ask you this too. Where do you feel the most black men hurt?
What you mean by where?
Like when it comes to whether it's emotional or like in their emotions, where you feel they hurt the most in a way? Or where do you feel they're hurting more in society wise? Whether it's emotionally, physically, mentally, where you feel they're like the core or value where they feel it's that's coming from.
I mean, I probably lean more towards, emotionally, mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously mental health is a big thing.
A lot
of people needing therapy now.
Yeah.
And I'm being more receptive to it. So I think that's where, men are hurting more just because of kind of like the things we're talking about. It's like you can't win or lose.
Yeah.
Someone's going to find something wrong with, like someone might hear a clip from this show and completely try to say, I hate Matt Devaunn because of this.
Yeah.
And then, but don't listen to the full picture.
Right.
That's that combative nature.
Yeah.
So I would say probably emotionally because, like, I mean, men are, you can't win or lose, like, no matter what you do. And it's hard to be determined, like, okay, are you on this simp spectrum? Are you on this alpha male thing?
Yeah.
And also, and for somehow people have turned being an alpha into being, what's the word? Misogynistic.
Yeah.
When that's totally different.
Two different
things. Because you can be a man that's alpha that's completely out for protecting the woman. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, but now they're trying to change the definition. Yeah. Like when you say alpha male, now they want that to be a turnoff. Oh no, he's misogynistic. Right. He's saying he's an alpha male.
Right.
So I even heard women saying they want a beta. They want someone that basically they can control. Yeah. They're going to just go with what they say. But you need someone around that's going to, if you're saying something great, they would tell you that's a great idea. Right. And also someone to tell you that idea sucks.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Do not do that. That makes absolutely no sense. Listen to what I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. And the alpha male will be receptive of that. Also, if you tell him something that don't make sense, if it don't make sense.
Mm-hmm. It's like this. It's kind of like we got to ask each other how we holding each other accountable.
Right.
Because then it's kind of like nowadays what I'm seeing is like the women, they want to hold men accountable, but we can't hold you accountable either.
That's big. That's big. Like, yeah, they literally want us to take accountability without them taking any.
Yeah.
That is so weird. That's that same thing like they be saying where your money is ours and my money is mine.
Right.
That makes absolutely no sense. Like this is again you thinking irrationally.
Yeah.
And it's a selfish type of mindset.
Yeah.
And I don't know why is it so hard for you want someone to take accountability so bad, but you refuse to take it yourself. that means you need to grow.
Yeah.
You know, I accept the accountability that my wife hold me to.
Right.
And I want her to accept the accountability that I hold her to.
Yeah.
And I think that's how, you know, we have navigated to be able to do, you know, more things together and let our kids see that, you know, in the household.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I feel that's how you grow together as partners, and because once you go through the adversity and different things like that, you want to be aware anyway. And once you know that you're accountable of your stuff, man, woman, we're accountable of what we bring to the table. We're accountable how we act in our emotions. And the main thing is reflecting on this decision, how it's going to affect the household.
Right.
And that's where the awareness and that's where accountability come into piece.
Yeah.
How is this really going to affect us, especially on a man? Of course, the man is the leader, of course, but still, when he makes that move, and it's like we coaching each other.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like we coach each other.
Like when you said the man is a leader, I let my woman lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
In certain areas, if she I'm like, okay, you taking point on this one.
Yeah.
Because this is your area.
Yeah.
Excuse me. When it's your area of expertise, I expect you to be able to handle that. When it's my level of expertise, you just let me handle it.
Right.
Get out the way.
Right.
Because you know this ain't your expertise.
Yeah.
But I will take what you say in consideration. But you know I'm better at this.
Right.
But when you have something better than me, I'm gonna tell you like, all right, well, you go and handle that.
Right.
You ask me my thoughts, cool. I throw in my thoughts, but you make the educated decision at the end of the day in that particular area.
Right.
So I don't per se feel like the man is always the lead. It just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
And then like, one thing when it comes to the accountability piece, I meant to say as well is like, we take accountability, but in a relationship, once your partner has taken accountability, you got to be able to, you know, accept that, forgive that, and move on. Because if a person takes accountability and you never accept or forgive and try to move on, they just gonna feel like, okay, no matter what I do, it's not gonna matter anyway. I took accountability, I tried to move forward, and you continue to try to stay in the same spot.
Right.
If one person moving forward and someone else stay in the same spot, you can get tired of trying to drag someone, and that can be the end of a relationship. Because you've been dragging so long, it's gonna wear you down emotionally. Mentally, it can really kill you. Like stress kills.
Yes.
So we should not be stressing our partners. We should be blessing them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Building them up. Because nobody's perfect. If there's a mistake happen and you feel like you love this person more than the mistake that they made, that means, okay, and they take accountability and try to move forward, you got to try to take steps in moving forward because at the end of the day, you don't want to, you know, miss out on something. You look back and say, I should have just moved on, let it go. Because time is precious.
Yes.
So many days are going by where you are just not taking the full potential of what's in front of you because you keep looking back.
Right.
You got to look forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then too, like when you do, like you said, also when you had that conversation too, how can we move forward from this too?
Right.
Because most of the time, you apologize, but it still hurt.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, it still hurt. But how can we move forward?
Right.
And how can we go about this a different route so this won't happen again?
Right.
And that's the conversations we need to have, whether it's men, women, and that's the reason why I'm doing this podcast, because having these conversations. How can I hold my brother accountable? How can I hold? I mean, hell, this even in business.
Yeah, same thing.
Even in business,
everything.
How can I hold you? How can we hold each other accountable? In the same way, how can we say in a way where we can express ourselves and be ourselves, but also move forward? I love that.
Yeah. I mean, you made a big point. Like, we take those steps. How do we take those steps and move forward? If someone's taking those steps that y'all talked about together, and you continue to still harp like it doesn't matter. Like, yo, you're not, accepting. You all talked, you discussed what can make it better. This person is doing everything that you discussed, but yet it's still not good enough.
Yeah.
So that means you're going to make that person feel like they are never going to be good enough, and they may just give up completely because you just still so stuck. So, it's crazy.
It's, y'all see where we going there with this? Y'all see where these black men going at? Y'all see?
Yeah, man.
This is the conversation you have to have. And my challenge is to y'all whether it's black men or in relationships, men, women, have these conversations. It don't have to. We don't have to wait till Thanksgiving.
Right.
We don't have to wait till Christmas to see, or matter of fact, a family member die. We need to have these all the time.
For sure.
And I got this is a good one I want to ask you, and then it's gonna be good. Why do you feel us as black men we get silent?
I mean, because you get silent when people ain't listening. You're not listening. A man is not gonna keep talking.
Yeah.
You're not listening to what he's saying. He'll stop talking, and then eventually he can go to someone that will listen.
Yeah.
That's just period. Because again, we are rational people.
Yeah.
If you are not listening to this man talk, you're overlooking everything he say. You know, just feel like you just can go by what you think, what you want all the time, and never consider them. I mean, anyway, that's just someone that's selfish. You need to be by yourself anyway.
Right.
You're not taking anything in consideration. And that man is going to separate himself from you and go to someone who values his opinion.
Right. Because the man, he don't feel seen or heard.
Yeah.
Seen or heard.
I think that's the same thing for women too. She don't feel like she's seen or heard. She gonna go somewhere where someone see her and someone hear her.
Yeah, and that, I mean that. Hey, that's where cheating starts, and matter of fact, that don't even mean the physical cheating. It's just having a conversation. Somebody work. That could be anywhere.
Yeah,
and that. So you want to be able to have that safe space that we could be seen and heard. I totally get that. I totally get that. So. But this is conclude the Black Man Podcast. I just want to know, like, where can my people reach you? Where can they reach out to you, get to you, and stuff like that, man?
I mean, people can reach to me through my podcast. My podcast is the Highest Point Podcast. We talk about so many different things. We talk about the journey of our guests, mostly on our show.
Yeah.
You know, how they got to where they are, because a lot of time people look at someone's success and assume it happened overnight. So we like to really deep dive in on how they got there, answer those real questions to really help other people who are looking to be in that same path. So you can check us out, the Highest Point Podcast, on YouTube and all streaming services, as well as on WBDR Radio. Every Friday at 7 p.m. we air there. You can go to our Instagram as well, the Highest Point Podcast, and we'll be glad to have you.
Oh yeah. That's a dope podcast. Go check it out.
Appreciate it.
And what I want you to do is leave some encouraging words. So while we're going into 2024, just leave us some encouraging words for my audience, for my black men, my people. Well, just hone into the black man going in 2024.
Okay, black men, pay attention. Get off your ass. You gotta get off your ass, yo, for real. Like, there's no more feeling sorry for yourself. It's 2024. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You can't make excuses anymore. Every day that you wait on doing something, putting it off for another excuse, you only losing an opportunity. I jumped out on a limb and tried to start my podcast, my business. I done failed a few times, but you ain't moving forward unless you have failed from something, because you're learning, and you're going to get better and better. So you got to really get up from them failures. Only thing that can beat a fail is a try. So you got to keep trying. Remember that. Get off your ass and realize the only thing that can beat a fail is a try. So try, keep pushing forward no matter what. That's how you reach the highest point.
Hey, you heard it from the man, Matt Devaunn. I just want to say, Black Man Speaks. Y'all keep speaking. And I want to say, life is good, but it only gets better. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
We out.
Appreciate you having me on, man.
Oh, yeah, man. You too, man. Thanks.